Here is my Match Week 6 Premier League predictions. Starting off, we have Brentford and Man United. Now, both of these teams have been struggling this season. Brentford did get through in the Carabao Cup against Aston Villa. Man United in the Carabao Cup went out to Grimsby. So you look at that and think, based on pure Carabao Cup, Brentford's slightly better. Based on the league form, I'd maybe edge it towards Man United. But at the same time, they're both not great. I mean, Man United didn't just win against Chelsea, so you could give them that. But however, I am feeling like they're going to end up struggling here against Brentford. So for that reason, I'm going to say Brentford 2, Man United 0. Then we have Chelsea versus Brighton. Now, a lot of Chelsea signings have come from Brighton. So there'll probably be, the players that come from Brighton will know the sort of system that's going to play there. So does this help them? I think it does in particular. However, Brighton do have Baleba, who's their holding midfielder. He may be crucial for them to try and push them forward in this game. However, I don't think just him will be enough. Obviously, Chelsea have got João Pedro up front for them. He used to play for Brighton, but I think he's a big goal threat for Chelsea. If Cole Palmer's fit as well, he will be very good for them. However, I don't know if he will be. However, Chelsea do have Esteval, who is a good player. So, what do I think for this game? I think Chelsea are going to win. I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Brighton 1. Then we have Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Now, Crystal Palace are on a really big unbeaten run, including in that time they've played Liverpool twice. So, they obviously know how to not lose against Liverpool, because both of them games have ended in draws. Including one of them being a Community Shield, where Palace went on to win on penalties. So, do I think Palace could actually be the first team to beat Liverpool this season, or do I think Liverpool will keep their winning run going? Well, I'll tell you the score right now. It's going to be Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 1. Then we have Leeds versus Bournemouth. Now, Leeds are coming off the back of a huge 3-1 win away against Wolves. That is big for them, that win. But that's to Bournemouth, who've been playing alright this season. Actually getting shocking to people, you could say, with how they've been playing. Obviously, Andoni Iraola's done really well for them right now. So, do I think Bournemouth could beat Leeds? Or I think Leeds will have the momentum after getting their big win? Well, I think the score will be Leeds United 1, Bournemouth 2. Then we have Man City versus Burnley. Now, Burnley did hold Liverpool to only score in the last minute with a penalty at Turf Moor when they played. However, this time will be different. Rather than playing at Turf Moor, they're going to the Etihad. And City at the Etihad are a really good team. They just beaten Manchester United at the Etihad for their last time out there. So, do I think Man City will beat Burnley? Yes, I do. I think the score will be Man City 3, Burnley 0. Then we have Nottingham Forest versus Sunderland. Now, Sunderland this season have been shocking people with their results. They've been able to go through, grind out results against other teams. Players to Forest, who have just got Ange Postecoglou in and drew midweek against Real Betis in the Europa League. Now, I don't think Postecoglou is really that good a manager for the Premier League. I don't think his system really suits it. However, I do think Forest have a good squad. So this could be quite interesting. And I think Sunderland, most of their points this season are going to be through them scraping results, like 1-1 draws, like they did against Aston Villa last week. So, do I think Sunderland can maybe nick this one, or do I think Forest will get it, or will it be a draw? Well, I'm leaning for the draw. I'm going to say Forest 1, Sunderland 1. Then we have Tottenham versus Wolves. Now, Wolves are probably the worst team in the Premier League right now. But that's a Tottenham, who it's so hard to predict them. 1 week, they'll be doing really good. Next week, they'll be getting beat by some team they really should be beating. So, Tottenham, hard to predict. Wolves were just poor. How do I see this going? Well, I see it going in the favour of Tottenham. I think they've got a better squad. I think they have a better manager than Wolves. So I think this will be Tottenham 3, Wolves 1. Then we have Aston Villa versus Fulham. Now, Villa have started the season really poor. I'm pretty sure they've only got 1 goal in the Premier League this season. And they've played 5 games as well in the Carabao Cup. They got 1 goal in that and ended up losing on penalties. So, how do I see this going? Well, I see it going in the favour of Fulham, who have been pretty good this season. I think the score's going to be Aston Villa 0, Fulham 1. Then we have Newcastle versus Arsenal. Now, Arsenal historically have been struggling at St James's Park. You think last year they lost in the league 1-0 and lost in the Carabao Cup 2-0. So, how do I see it view Newcastle versus Arsenal going this year? Well, both teams have got themselves a striker they've been looking for. Newcastle signed Nick Voltemada and Arsenal signed Victor Gyökeres. Do they help each other's teams get the goals? Well, yeah, I think they will, but will it be in this game? Well, I think the score will be Newcastle 1, Arsenal 0. And finally, the Monday night game between Everton and West Ham. And when you look at this game, you think David Moyes used to manage West Ham, now he's managing Everton. How does this go? Well, I think Everton are better than West Ham right now. I mean, they have signed Jack Grealish, who's been playing really well, won August Player of the Month. But it's the West Ham, who've obviously been conceding a lot from corners. And you look at West Ham under Moyes, they scored a lot from corners. So I think this Moyes Everton team will probably get a goal through a corner in this game. And also, you look at West Ham and think Jarrod Bowen, he is going to have to be on top form to try and help this club. Will he score in this game? I'm not sure. So I'm leaning towards an Everton win. I think it's going to be Everton 2, West Ham 0. Now, that is my predictions for this match week in the Premier League. Let me know yours in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe.